506 preparation. It's the dandelion flowers and mesentery, which is the lining of a cow's stomach. And we buried it for 6 months and buried it on a fruit day. Today is also a fruit day. Lots of mold and strange colors and all sorts of things growing on this. Sorts of maggots and things I don't know. But then afterwards, when we take this apart, scrape it out, scrape all the flowers off of the inside. And okay, I'm looking for the other skull. I think this is them. Here's the skulls. This is the preparation we're gathering here. It's an anaerobic one, so this is the first time they've seen the air. Goat skull or a sheep skull or something like that. I don't really know. It was wrapped in cabbage, and it was buried in this creek here, right where the water was kind of more still. So this is a stag's bladder, and inside it is the yarrow flowers. They say the flowers are supposed to still be intact. Wow, this bladder is so tough still. It's supposed to have kind of biodegraded, but I don't know, it's still happening. So there it is. There's the 502. Okay, so this is the famous 500 preparation, which is manure from a lactating cow that's put into these horns. You can see this white stuff forming all around. That means it's working. That means there's lots of life happening in here. So I'm just using homeopathic doses of these things because they're microbes, right? So they grow exponentially. They have warmth and heat and stuff to eat, and they you know, 2 will become 2 billion in a matter of hours. Sometimes they just grow and they stretch out. So a little bit goes a long way. So basically, all these preparations, we're adding a gram to every 10 to 15 tons of compost, and each one holds a different quality, like an element that it radiates in the soil. And these are essentially working as like the organs of the compost heaps. Yeah, and I guess they'll sit here till June. That's when you're going to use it? Yeah. June. And then we'll spread them all over the farm.
So what preparations are you putting there? What are they made of?
All of them. We're doing all of them except for the nettle right now, because the nettle takes a year. I've got the chamomile one in my hand here. Mm-hmm. And
it looks like bird food.
Yeah. Okay, so the 503, it stimulates nitrogen within the compost and increases soil life so as to stimulate plant growth. And what this does is it stimulates the relation between silica and potassium so that the silica can attract the cosmic forces to the soil. So this is the yarrow. You still see some maggots in here, right? There's this old native legend of when they were creating humans, when the animal gods were creating humans, they couldn't get the human to live, and it wasn't until the fly landed on the human that the human lived. So it was actually the fly that gave birth to all humanity. And it's interesting because maggots live in this preparation. They eat it and they digest it. And I think that's to a large degree where the microbes might come from. And you know, David Suzuki studied maggots. That's how he got his start in the world, was studying maggots. So I think they're, you know, more important than we might give them credit for. But the yarrow preparation is where is it? The yarrow permits plant to attract trace elements in extremely dilute quantities for their best nutrition. That's what the yarrow does. And yarrow helps the processes of potassium, sulfur, and trace elements. Processes. Okay, so this is the 505. It's the oak bark preparation, and it provides healing forces or qualities to combat harmful plant disease. It helps the processes of calcium. Wrapping it in leaves, and just push it about 2 feet into the compost pile. Great, so this is our rainwater harvested, and it's for the valerian. 503. 7. It's for stimulating the phosphorus relationship in the compost pile, and we've diluted it 5%, and we're just going to divide this into fourths and put some of the rainwater here. We'll do that here. So yeah, I'm potentizing or dynamizing or enlivening this water by stirring it this way. I'm creating a vortex. It mixes the preparation in there, and it stirs, and the whole thing is like a little mini universe in there, and it's all kind of, you know, becoming enlivened.
Adding oxygen.
Adding oxygen, yeah. I pour half of this bucket into 2 holes that I made. And then the rest of it, just put over the top like that. Okay, so now that's pretty much, that's all the preparations to add to the compost pile. I'm just going to put 2 more in here because, you know, it's agriculture, biodynamic agriculture. It's a lot about creativity and, you know, being open to a lot of different possibilities of things. So I've just taken a really concentrated version of the 500, and I'm going to add a bit of that to the compost pile as well. And then this is an EM, effective microorganism preparation made by Carl Hahn from fish fertilizer and like spiral compost. He's been like using on his plants for like over a decade, and he like grows some of the best food in the world for really fancy restaurants in Vancouver, so he's given us a bit of this to work with. So we're going to put some of this in the compost as well. We only need to inoculate these piles once, and then we use them, and then when we make a new compost pile, we inoculate them again. And we've got lots of preparation left over, so maybe we can you know, bring them to some compost piles of our other organic growers around the valley.